We have our good buddy Bucky Hurd, Brother Bucky, on the line from the Righteous Brothers. And we also have the man, the legend, Bill Medley from the Righteous Brothers on the phone with us today. Hey, guys,
Hey,
so glad
y'all.
you're here with us.
We're happy to be here.
Great, man. You know, I love you guys, and I love your show, man. Thanks for having us back.
Love you too,
Aw,
Bucky.
thank
And
you.
I got to tell you, I just a few minutes ago, so you are just a light in this world. I'm telling you, brother. Seriously, I just saw a post from you just a few minutes ago, just a post of encouragement to everybody, and it's just a wonderful thing that you're doing out there. Just you're being a light, and it's just a wonderful thing. And this music is amazing too.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, brother. Listen, man, you guys takes one to know one. You guys are the same way. Too much. It takes so much less effort to be kind.
Yes.
And if people would just remember that, just do your best to be kind, and you can make a difference in the world, positive or negative.
Absolutely.
So I know you guys feel the same way.
Absolutely.
But thank you for saying that. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Bucky, I know you've got a new project coming out in, I think you said May, maybe? Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah. We're on the Love and Feeling farewell tour right now, which,
Yes.
we've got a full schedule next year, and we'll continue to do shows like Bill said he's going to do it till the wheels fall off. But
Awesome.
we have a Vegas residency that we'll do, but starting maybe toward the end of the year, we're going to cut back a lot on the road shows, which will give me an opportunity, as Bill said, to go out and as a solo artist and start doing some concerts.
Yes.
And so, he told me when we started, he'd let me know when he was about a year out, and God bless him, he did. So got a great manager in Brenda Klein, workhorse talent, and
Awesome.
started working with her, and we just signed a publicist. And over the course of the last year, we found some great songs. I wrote one of them with Terry Joe Box and
Awesome.
Trick Savage, which is one of my favorite songs on the record. But just got pitched some great songs. Ken Blasey, who wrote Garth Brooks'
Yeah.
very first hit, and
Of course, yeah.
all these guys, and
Yeah.
and the musicians that came in to work in the studio that Bob Bullock, my producer, put together. Chris Lusinger and Eddie
Yes.
Sayers and
Yes.
Mike Brignordello, and the list goes on. Just an incredible team.
Yeah.
And so it's funny we're talking today because officially today the album's out of my hands. Bob sent it off for mastering. So you know how they have to be finally. I had a studio engineer of mine said, I'd go, no, I'll change this. Oh, no, let's try this, let's try that. And he goes, Bucky, it's not going to heal if you keep picking at it.
Oh, that's a great line. That's a great
like
line.
A scab. Keep knocking the scab off, but at some point you got to take your hands off of it. So I'm really proud of what we got done. We just finished the first music video. So I think the first release is probably going to be at the end of March or early April. That's kind of what we're looking at, somewhere in there. And yeah, so and I did my first Bucky Hurd show in Vegas and
cool.
implemented all these originals, and it went really well. Bill was there, and a lot of my peers and producers, and got some great feedback. So in my show, I'm going to do. It's funny you said that, Mackie, to intro the show. I'm trying to, what I want to do is. I told Brenda when she was looking for songs, I said, I don't want to sing about partying and getting drunk and all this stuff. I want to sing about meaningful things. So when people come into my show and leave, they feel better about themselves. They feel better about their place in the world. They feel encouraged. I just want to lift people and encourage people.
Yes.
And I think that's what people are going to like about this album. It's all chock full of, you can do this, positive things,
That's
so.
wonderful.
that.
There's enough darkness out there. We need more light. That's great, brother. I
Yes,
love
sir,
it.
brother. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, and you're a great ambassador for that, and we're looking forward to it, and we will spin the heck out of that, won't we, Brenda Lee?
Thank you, man. I
will.
appreciate that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we've been spinning quite a few songs from your last project that Bill Medley produced. It's awesome as well.
This one will be a little easier for you because I know and bless your heart, I know what you guys play a little everything, but your format's more leaning into that Southern feel. And the last record that Bill produced I love it. It's one of my favorite, best things I've ever done. And but that was kind of made for the Righteous Brothers audiences. And this one's made for, Bucky Hurd's, my future and me as an artist.
Yes.
So these lean more into the country. We're going for the Bob Seger, Meatloaf, John Fogerty kind of feel.
Yeah.
That good old rock and roll. Bringing that good old rock and roll, man.
Yeah, well, country soul, and that's beautiful. And I'm telling you, you are literally, and you know this. I don't have to tell you this, but you are sitting next to the guy that is like the epitome of soul right there.
Yes, sir. Blue-eyed soul right here, man.
Yes.
In the flesh.
Yes.
I got my hands on him. Like,
Get that good juju going through you, man.
Yeah.
yeah, that's right, man. That's where I get it from. I'm channeling my inner Bill Medley.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, and Bill, you got a brand new project out. We'd love to hear about it. We've listened to some of the songs already,
Oh,
and
they're so
it's
good.
amazing. It's awesome. Some great duets there.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we been wanting to do this album, kind of it's really a tribute to the singers and songwriters in country music, and of course I'd probably have to do about 15 more albums to get everybody in, but it was just so much fun to do, and I'm a huge fan of country ballads.
Yeah.
I think I'm a blues singer, and I think some of those songs are the best blues you can do.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. It's like Willie Nelson said about Ray Charles one time. He said he's proven that country music is really soul music.
Oh, it is soul music.
Yeah. Yeah. And to have your voice on this stuff, we're loving the duets that we've heard with Michael McDonald, with Vince, with Keb Mo.
Yeah.
That's just great stuff. Great stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it was sure fun to do. I mean, having those three guys on was just it's a real honor. I mean, I kind of don't live in Hollywood, and I don't I'm not around entertainers a lot or this and that, and so I'm always surprised that people are possibly excited about singing with me, and I was so excited about singing with Michael and Keb and Vince. So
Yes.
and I'm sorry, I can't remember. I did a duet with a young lady, and I'm sorry I can't remember.
Was it Sean Colvin?
Sean? Yes, it was Sean.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I do a little digging sometimes.
And listening.
Attaboy. Better you than me.
Well, I'm a big fan, and we're both big fans of yours, and so it's interesting as we were sort of talking ahead of time about talking with you today. You've had such a long career and just full career for so many years that it's really hard to get into a 10-minute conversation.
Yeah.
To dig too deep into that, but I have to ask you a question. So I know that for Bucky, personally, and then for so many other singers, myself and many others, you've been such an influence on them. But who influenced Bill Medley?
Well, when I was 15, probably the first rock and roll I was introduced to was probably Little Richard.
Ah,
And I loved Little Richard. I still think Little Richard's the greatest rock and roll singer ever.
yes,
And
yes,
then when I was about 19, 20, I got into Ray Charles
yes,
and Bobby Blue Bland and B.B. King and
yeah.
guys like that. So that's the music I was raised on.
Yeah.
And just thank God for Little Richard.
Yeah,
Aw.
yeah, the epitome of rock and roll. Yeah,
Yeah.
and soul. I mean, you just named all the icons of soul music, and so that makes total sense. You're dripping in it. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Now, I know y'all make a trip to Nashville every now and then. Bucky, we follow you and Bill, and we see that y'all are making trips here and doing shows. You have some exciting performances coming up in Nashville soon.
Yes.
I do. I'm doing the Opry.
First time.
Well, no, I don't know. It's the first time. I was the opening act for Alabama in '85, and I believe right in there I was doing some country music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kenny Rogers brought me to town, and so I think I did in '85, but it feels a lot different this time. I'm a little nervous about it.
Are you? Bill Medley's nervous
He's
about
not
playing.
nervous.
No, you know what? That's beautiful though, because as you know, I mean, the Grand Ole Opry is such a revered place, a hallowed hall, and I understand that you're also playing the Ryman coming up soon, which is a beautiful hallowed hall. Speaking of that,
Oh yeah, we're excited. excited about that. That's such a cool little room. I went and saw the Beach Boys there, and it's just we're very proud to
Yes.
be there, and we're excited,
Yeah.
and so we hope everybody will come out and give us a shot.
Yes.
That's been on my bucket list. We're at the Ryman on the 30th, March 30th.
March 30th.
I'm fairly
Okay.
certain.
This is your.
I know we're playing Bowling Green, Kentucky the night before. We're playing with the symphony, which is always amazing.
Awesome.
And I'm 99.9%. I should have looked at the date, but I'm 99.9% sure it's the 30th of March. The Righteous Brothers and Bill will be at the Grand Ole Opry on February 22nd.
All right.
Nice.
We hope.
So, and I'll be there in the audience. I don't have to be on stage for that one. I'm going to be like a nervous mom sitting watching him up there. But
we hope to be there too. Yeah.
I'm thrilled for everybody to hear this. His record is so, it's such a storytelling album.
Yeah.
And like Bill was saying, I think most of them, there's a lot of ballads on there, but there's some of the best ones that just like Sunday Morning Coming Down by Chris Christopherson.
Sure. Yeah.
That may be one of my favorite songs on the album. And what's the next one that's being released, Bill? That's released just over here.
I think He Stopped Loving Her Today comes out at probably the 1st of February. Then The Dance comes out the middle of February, and so does the album.
Wow.
That's awesome. Of course, you got Crying Time on there too, which is a standard. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's the one with Michael.
Yeah, so good. Yeah, and that Bobby Braddock classic, He Stopped Loving Her Today. Oh my goodness, just to hear your voice on that.
Y'all got to hear the Vince Gill. Vince wrote that one, right, Bill?
I think so.
Yeah.
These days, yes.
These days, man, I just think that record is so heartfelt and so soulful and so relatable.
Yes.
I'm just hoping everybody out there will go stream it and listen to it and get the whole album, because I'm telling you, I told Bill, I said, you're trying to retire and now you're doing this great record. They're going to put you up. What you said is good news and bad news.
Good news and bad news.
That's what
good news, I got to hit. Bad news, I got to go to work.
Go back to work. Yeah.
That's what you get for being so dang good. There you go.
Right.
God bless you. Well, I love being on stage. I mean, I'll always love that, and I'll keep doing that in one way or another. It's just the traveling just becomes pretty tough anymore. The airports are a little squirrely, and so that's the hard part. Being on stage is they pay us to travel, not to do the show.
Yeah, gotcha.
Well, these are, just so you know, Bill, the two that Brenda and Mackie, are both amazing writers and amazing artists, and they've got their hands in production of about 50 different pies, and I just admire both in the songs that they write. Mackie just wrote the New Tennessee State song. It's just beautiful.
Oh man, good! Congratulations!
Thank you, Bucky, for your kind words.
Thank you.
That's the truth, man. You guys write heartfelt music. Everything that I've heard come out of you guys is just beautiful. I hope, and I know you've got a following yourselves, and I'm cheering you both on in that respect as well. I know we know how tough it is, man.
We'll just keep holding each other up. How about that?
There you go. That's all. That's what we do. Yes, sir. You bet.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Well, we appreciate that. I do want to mention, last week our special guest, because Brenda Lynn. Okay, number one, I'm from Memphis, born and raised in Memphis, and was singing on Beale Street from the time I was a teenager, and then moved to Music Row. But Bill Medley has always been a big influence on me. You have, and because of the soul. And Brenda Lynn did a show interview on behalf of Swanky Southern Nights, our show, with Ronnie McDowell last week on Elvis's birthday at Elvis's first house, the Audubon Drive house in Memphis. And I know you guys are friends, and I also know that you.
And he talked about Bucky and Bill, on his show.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Bill, you were personal friends with Elvis. Is that correct?
Yeah, we were good friends. It's hard to say that we're good friends, but we were good friends. And I was working when Elvis was at the Hilton International in Las Vegas. He was in obviously the big room, and I was in this what they called a lounge, seated 600 people. But,
Yeah.
and I would do. Elvis would do an 8 o'clock show. I'd do 10. He would do 12, and I would do 2. And a lot of times, he would call me in my dressing room in between shows and ask me to come down. And so we got to talk one-on-one. Well, it was him and his hairdresser. And we just we had a lot in common. I'll accept his success, and my success wasn't so common. But he just he admitted to me that that he was a lonely guy, had always been as a kid, and this and that. And I was a very lonely guy, still am. That's why I'm with Bucky.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna say you beat me to it.
but we both rode motorcycles and this and that, and so I just got to know Elvis, as Elvis, and he came on stage a couple of times with me, which was really sweet of him to do.
Yeah.
So I love him and I miss him.
Yeah, and you both recorded Unchained Melody. Well, there you go.
Well, Elvis was a big Roy Orbison, not Roy Hamilton fan.
Ah, yes.
I don't know if you know Roy Hamilton.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Elvis was a huge fan of his, and so was Bobby and I. So when he does Unchained Melody, he's really doing
Roy Hamilton.
Roy Hamilton.
You're not supposed to tell people that.
I know. So burn that part of the tape.
No, that's good stuff right there.
It's interesting because Roy Hamilton's son, he's come out to see our show. He lives in Las Vegas, and he's been doing shows around town. Great voice. You can hear his dad in his voice. And we've gotten to know him a little bit, which I found to be really, really cool. Just the history of that.
Oh, yes. Yeah. First artist to do that song, correct?
Yeah.
That's
well,
awesome.
you guys know Bill produced Unchained Melody for the Righteous Brothers, right?
Yes, and so many other songs.
He's playing piano. He's actually playing piano. When you hear that, that's him on piano on Unchained Melody.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
As Johnny Carson used to say, did not know that. That's awesome. That's so cool. Well, we're planning on spinning that one tonight too. So yeah, there's that. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So thank you guys. And we'll be looking for you when you come to this area, and anybody in this general vicinity of where we are, please make plans to go to the Opry, if not listen to the Opry on February the 22nd to hear that soulful voice of Bill Medley. Can't believe it. Well, I know you said you might have played there in the 80s, but that's
doesn't count.
Hey, and also I want to encourage everybody to follow Bill Medley and Bucky Hurt on social media, because you all are so interactive with your fans.
But I just want to thank you guys for, and I saw you guys had John Connolly on recently.
We've had so many we've been so blessed with so many wonderful guests on this show over the last couple of years, including yourself.
Yeah.
And
thank you,
we've had a lot of great art. Yeah, John Connolly was on recently.
Dickie Lee was on.
Dickie Lee was on last week, and he's my hero. I knew him when I was growing up in Memphis, and he helped me plant my feet on Music Row many years ago. And
oh, that's awesome, man.
he is such a great writer. Yeah.
Well, Bill, when I first started working with Bill, the very first time I stepped on stage with him was in, I think it was Denton, Oklahoma, I believe, Bill, and he was with BJ Thomas, and Bill just wanted to see how the audience would respond. So this was before we ever announced we were going to be the Righteous Brothers, and it was his birthday, and he said, I got a friend of mine from Branson, Missouri that I asked to come and sing my favorite Righteous Brothers song for me for my birthday, and wanted to see how the audience reacted. So I came out and sang Ebb Tide. Yes. And then he asked me to stay on stage, and we did Love and Feeling, and that was the audience response for that was great. That was one of the reasons that we kept pursuing it, and we're about to start our 10th year this year together. But what's cool was that very night that we were that I sang with him for the first time. It was his birthday, and John Connolly brought his birthday cake out. And I thought that he loves John Connolly, so I thought that was
that's awesome.
John Connolly is the only guy I actually left my house to go see.
Really?
I don't get out that much, but I just love John and love his voice, and that was a real honor.
I was showing him your website, if I was kind of filling him in on what you guys do.
Yeah.
and John Conley popped up right there at the very first thing on the website.
Yes.
He goes, "Well, that's good enough for me."
Well, I was very honored. John Conley actually recorded one of my gospel songs a few years
No,
ago.
that's great, man.
And just to hear that voice, that iconic voice, he's a song stylist like you, Bill, and Bucky, and it's just, you can tell immediately who he is when he's singing. It's just a beautiful
Yeah,
thing.
he's a very soulful singer.
Yes, yes, yeah. We warmed up for him recently.
We
as a
did,
matter
we
of
did,
fact.
and he sang the song that he cut of yours.
He sure did.
He sang it on that concert.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
Yep.
Well, thank you guys so much for being here today or tonight on Swanky Southern Nights. We appreciate you so much.
Yes.
And we're going to be looking for that 12-song project straight from the heart from Bill Medley, and we're going to be looking for that new project from Bucky Hurd. And we're so excited, and we can't wait.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, guys. We just I think the world of both of you. I'm hoping we can meet in person. Last time I thought we were going to make it happen, and
Yeah.
stuff got in the way. But hopefully next time I get in, I'd love to meet you guys in person. And thank you for not only your music, but for doing all you can to promote other people's music and to get to get great music and great messages out there to the people, man. We need it more than ever in these times.
Yes, well, we're big fans, and we just are so excited you guys are out there doing your thing. And now, you have a residency, right, in Vegas, or is that right?
Yeah, we work at the South Point. Good friend of ours owns the South Point, and I've known him ever since '66, and he's a great guy, and it's a great room, and I just told him I want to finish my career with him at that hotel. And so, yeah, matter of fact, we're leaving today to go open tomorrow. And we really love it. It's a great hotel. And Michael Gaughan, the owner, is just a great friend.
Yeah, we're doing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week. But like I said, we've got a really heavy schedule. We're all over the United States, at least, especially the first half of the year. And so if your listeners want to go to righteousbrothers.com, that's our website. It's got our road shows and our Vegas residency shows listed there about 3 months out, so they can plan.
Perfect. Yes.
I think we go down to Albuquerque, New Mexico after this, and we're going up East Coast, up around to Wilmington and Durham, Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
We're all doing a Florida tour, so we're a little bit everywhere, man. So hopefully we'll be coming to the neighborhood of some folks out there, and we'd like I said, we got those national shows we're real excited about.
I'm so
Very
excited.
good.
We are so excited about that. Well, we love you guys. Keep doing the good stuff out there. We really appreciate you so much for being on Swanky Southern Nights.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you soon.
Safe
All right.
travels.
Good night.
See ya.
Okay. Bye-bye.